Hi, welcome to Plant Strong Prescription's very first cooking demo. My name's Barbara. Glad you could join me. I'm a registered nurse and I teach whole food plant-based nutrition. And plants are the only prescription that I'm authorized to write. So lucky for you, it's often the only prescription that you need. So welcome and let's get started. We're going to be making 4 dishes tonight. We're going to start with the smoothie. We're going to make some hummus. We're going to make some chickpea salad. And we're going to make a healthy ice cream. So let's get started. Tonight we're going to start with a fruit smoothie. And there's a couple of reasons why I start with fruit. One, if I started with a smoothie with a bunch of kale and a bunch of Swiss chard and spinach, you might take a sip and say, I can't do this. So I like to start with fruit. Eventually I'd like you to work your way up to at least half veggies, and you'll get there. But we're going to get started. This is a transition series, and I want you to have a sweet, delicious smoothie to get started on your goal of getting at least half. Blueberry orange is just a very, very delicious combo. So we're going to start with this one. And second reason I start with fruit is because of the global burden of disease study. It came out in 2010, I believe. And it tells us why we're dying. Number 1 cause of death and disability in this country is our diet. Number 2 is smoking. And then we have 14 dietary risk factors. Diet-related reasons for why we're dying. Number 1 on that list is not enough fruit. Number 1. So another reason I start with fruit. There's a reason why I progress the way I do through this series, but let's go ahead and get started now. First ingredient, banana. So we're going to go ahead and peel this, put the whole banana in the blender. Second ingredient, 2 dates. Now you don't need dates for this recipe. This is going to be sweet enough without them, but again, I want a real delicious sweet smoothie to transition you into this way of eating. Dates are a natural sweetener. They're like candy. I buy the medjool. They're a little bigger than the other ones. There's pits in them. You got to take the pits out. Even the smaller ones that say they're pitted, I always slice them open and check to make sure. Even when I have Kalamata olives, for example, and it says pitted, I still slice and I still check. Because if you ever get a pit in this beast, it's like fireworks, and it'll never happen again. And there are occasionally pits, even when it says pitted. So just a note. But anyway, so here's 2 dates. We're going to add those to our smoothie. A cup of frozen blueberries. Dr. Furman recommends we eat berries every single day. Raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, blueberries, fresh or frozen, doesn't matter, but get them into your diet every day. All right, so there's a cup. Next, I'm going to put in 2 oranges. I got 1 ready to go. I'm going to just show you a little trick on cutting oranges. Slice one end off, slice the other end off, and then just score it a few times around. Now this is a navel orange. N for navel. I always remember N for no pits, so you don't have to worry about that. Find whichever side is thicker, and voila! You just, it's going to cause me trouble now. Okay, you just easily peel each section off. Pretty easy. Wish I knew this a long time ago. I want to just show you when you make smoothies versus juicing, you're using the whole food. Juicing, you do lose things. And all the membranes and all the pulp in the orange is where the anti-cancer properties are, and I don't want to lose any of it. So I'm going to put the whole orange in there. All right. We have a cup of water. I like my smoothies thinner, and I always add extra water than the recipe calls for. If you want your smoothie thick, just decrease the water. But it kind of forces me to have more water intake, which I fall short on many times. So this is got a cup, and then flaxseed. 1 tablespoon of flaxseed. Flaxseed needs to be ground. You can buy it whole, you can grind it yourself, or you can buy it ground. Shouldn't go rancid. You should be using this long before it has a chance to go bad. Loaded with omega-3s. I think it's the highest concentration of omega-3s in anything. And it has lignans. Lignans are a phytochemical that protects us from cancer. There's some really impressive studies on protecting us from cancer from those lignans. So flaxseed, recommended 1 tablespoon every day. You can add it to your smoothie. You can sprinkle it on your salad. Any way you can get flaxseed into your diet every day. All right, so I'm going to blend this up. You don't have to have a Vitamix. I had a NutriBullet. I had a Ninja for years. They work totally fine. Eventually, you're going to want one of these, but it's not necessary when you get started with this way of eating. So let's get this started here. Beautiful. Pretty color purple. Perfect. Blueberry orange is just a really neat combo. Eventually, when you get some greens in here, it's not going to be such a pretty purple. And I don't want your kids afraid to try a smoothie because it's not the nicest color. So I just recommend get a cup that you can't see through, so they don't just look at the color and say forget it. So, but that's it. To your health, and enjoy.